All right. This is just going to be a very quick video because I promised one of my youngsters in the WhatsApp group, which is open to all for all to join. So she asked me a question, and I thought, okay, I'll make a video because I know her. She has been my student, kind of a student for some time, and she follows my content. Okay. Um, the question, if I were to rephrase it, is how to deal with toxic colleagues who are senior than you and how to deal with a toxic boss, which one other youngster asked me. They are in their 20s and 30s. Okay, so I'll just give you um, a few bits of my opinion. Please feel free to share yours. Now, there are a couple of ground rules which you need to understand. Number one is um, the Indian culture, the Indian environment, the Indian workforce is unique compared to other cultures. There is difference in American, there's different in Canadian, Australian, Arab, Far Eastern. I'll give you, like for example, a couple of simple differences, cultural differences. You might think that all of them are the same. They are not the same. Like for instance, in the United States, you don't call very rarely do you call, let's say, your boss by sir or even Mr. Like I've even seen videos where people who are working in Amazon, they see Jeff Bezos, hey, Jeff, how are you doing? And when they say Elon Musk, let's say, Elon, even if he is a junior, even if he's a, let's say, security guard, Elon, just with the name. In India, all the best if you try that. Let's say you meet let's say Ambani, you can't say, "Hey, Ambani, dude, how are you, man?" You can't. You can't. Let's say you see, let's say someone senior. Let's say Narayan Murthy. Hey, Narayan, boy. Hey, Narayan. You don't do that. You call sir out of respect. It's a very Eastern culture, and especially in the Middle East. Let's say there is a owner, a very senior guy. His name is Abdullah Al Shamsi. You don't say, "Hey Shamsi, hey Abdullah, hey Obaid." You will be terminated on the spot. So you get what I'm saying. One more example I'll give you. In maybe US, United States, you'll get the CEO, you'll get the cleaner, you'll get the senior manager. Maybe they'll sit on the table and they will have their lunch break. In the Middle East, you'll have, for the C-level executives, you'll have a VIP kind of a lounge, like only they are allowed there. Senior managers maybe will have like not an A grade, a slightly lower B grade. And then maybe there'll be a C level, which will be for general, people. So there are different levels and different categories. So the first point which I'm trying to make you understand here is the culture matters, the country matters, even the state in India depends on which state. Is it the northern state, southern state? And yes, then there are other factors. Is it a multinational company that has multinational values, or is it a very traditional company? So this particular individual, this girl, she's working for, it's not a multinational company, it's a very local company. And she's in that part of India, which is Delhi, where, it's pretty brash. It's for lack of a better word, it's very animalistic, their behavior. Women, you just need to Google search and check how women behave in a metro. They don't spare the profanities. In fact, if you listen to some of the ladies when they argue, you might have to put holy water in your ears to clean it, because they will not spare literally your mothers, fathers, sisters, daughters, brothers, everyone's genitals and everyone's Kama Sutra position. They will speak to you in one single breath. They literally say it. And if ever you thought Indian women were petite, you need to bump into a couple of Delhi females. Forget arguing with you. They will physically maybe assault you, and then they'll even call the cops and say that you raped them. They are that capable. Okay, I've seen enough and more incidents on video. All right. So this particular young woman. She's working in a national company where her colleagues are senior to her. They've been like the big dogs in the small backyard, and she's the new recruit. And because of this, they are bullying her. They're bullying her, pushing her around. She's being polite to them, but they're being explicitly like sarcastic, or they're making life difficult for her. So she asked, what do I do about this? Now, here is my response. Number one is, when someone has been in the company for quite a number of years, they've established themselves and they've established their foothold. So it's very hard to get them removed from the job. Even if they do something wrong, because of the long standing relationship, the boss or the manager will say, hey, see, listen, back off a little bit. Like, just imagine somebody for many years, he's your friend or whatever, and then you get a newbie who's just joined 1 week in the company. You're not going to kick your best friend or someone that you know for ages. Okay, so that is number one. Number two is, they have proven themselves. They have a track record. Even if they are just average for that matter, they have been consistent and loyal to the company. You are just a fresher. So you have to earn your stripes, like they say. So there also it becomes very hard. And then number three is, when you are there in the company for so many years, you tend to form groups and gangs where you're loyal to each other. So a new person coming in, you cannot break that bond unless, of course, you prove you're an alpha male or there's something of great benefit. Let's say you're the owner's relative and anyone who's nice to you gets a benefit or a piece of the pie. Only then they'll be nice. Others, if you're ordinary and you earn less than them or same as them, but you're new, doesn't work. So the first solution or strategy is, see, it's very easy for me to say this, but you put down your head and just work. You're there to work. You're not there to make friends. You work, do your job, and submit your stuff. If they try to make things difficult for you by putting obstacles in the way, make sure that you inform the management and take everything down in writing, and make sure that you present daily reports. The second one is, do approach your senior manager or the person who employed you and ask them for their guidance at all steps, at all times, so that they'll tell you, okay, tell them explicitly, sir, I need your guidance on this. I'm having an issue with this person. I don't want to get hostile, but I don't know what to do. So explicitly tell them what it is. And ask them, so what would you advise? Should I ignore? Should I just keep taking shit? Or should I confront? Or should I stand up? They'll tell you what is the right course of action. And one more thing was, since she mentioned that she's very polite, she's very nice, she's very kind, and she keeps ignoring the personal attacks and the bullying, here also is a problem. See, a bully will always bully someone who they know there is no response, who they will never do anything. But if a bully stands up and faces them and gives them once, then the bully will think 100 times. But even though this happens in the playground, and we have seen that small kid who the bully was always pushing suddenly gets up and gives one sock, a smash on the face, and then the bully never troubles them. In the corporate world, the problem is, if you hurt the feelings or the pride or the ego of someone who has been there for a long time, they lock it in their heart and they wait for a chance to get back at you. And then there are some psychotic individuals who just enjoy the drama, enjoy the tension, enjoy the political nonsense. They just come to work just to have some issue, some masala, some problem. They don't come there to only work. They can't. So for them, they will enjoy to always fight. And then if you do not have a strong leader, a strong manager, this continues to the point where you'll go mad. I've even had instances where I've had people say that I'm going to take the car and run over them, literally wanting to kill them. It is that bad, okay? Which I hope it doesn't go so bad. So, yeah, you need to stop being overly polite. Just get to the point and let them know that at some point you have to let them know, see, listen, I am being nice and polite to you, but you don't seem to do this thing, responding in the same way. I'm sorry, but I don't appreciate it. If they still continue, then give it on their face. What else can you do? I mean, are you going to live like a coward for the rest of your life? Give it to them. If they talk properly to you, you talk properly to them. And don't give them any attention because other than work, just focus on the job and that's it. I know there are people with schools of thought that say, sit down, call them in the conference room and talk to them mano to mano. All that sounds very easy and simple. Human nature is not that simple. Okay, there are people who, despite confronting them, they can't let go of bad habits, and some of them are just two-faced to the core. So, like I said, number one is put your head down and work. Number two is make sure that the senior most boss is kept in the loop for everything. Keep your evidence always close to your heart and have a backup. Everything should be in writing, okay, because then in the end, where is the evidence? And number three, which I told you, is don't be submissive. To the point, you respect, I respect. You act too smart, I give it to you. You have to. You just can't live like a coward throughout. And last, if not the least, if your management is not supportive and nobody seems to be doing anything, it gets too toxic, then it's high time that you look out for another job constantly and consistently. Others, it's going to drive you nuts. Okay. So this is where toxic colleagues are concerned. Now, with regards to a toxic boss, all I can tell you is this. Your boss is, without a doubt, whether you like it or not, is the one who has your balls in his hand. He's the one who determines your future. Because remember, your boss is your boss for a reason. He's not there just because, he got lucky. He has been there maybe with luck, but he has proved himself. He gets a bigger salary than you for a reason. He has been working there longer than you for a reason. He has been preferred by the management and given a leadership position for a reason. It can be ethical, unethical, it can be personal, it can be professional, whatever. So he has been there before you. So you coming there, you can't rock the entire boat because maybe he has connections, contacts. Okay, so he is like your daddy. Okay, for lack of a better word. So whether you like it or not, the boss is the most important person for you. And if he doesn't like you, I'll tell you that is without a doubt the biggest curse you can undergo. If your boss doesn't like you, it is more like getting up every day to waking up to pins and needles. You'll not feel like going to work. You'll not feel like waking up. You will, in fact, even cry, even get depressed, even you don't feel like performing. So if your relationship with your boss is so bad, then it's the only solution is to look out for another job. I'll tell you that much. Because if it is so extreme, you can't do anything. He's a grown ass person. That's number one. Maybe he doesn't like you. He doesn't like your religion. He doesn't like your face. He doesn't like your guts. He doesn't like your personality. Maybe you just both don't like each other. Okay, that's number one. Number two is if you can keep away from all the office politics and just deliver results, and he's happy with that, but he's still an asshole, but he's happy, that can work out. But then again, for how long? I've known many people who have literally worked double the shifts without pay. And the boss has exploited them only to take the credit and make their life miserable. So there also you have another problem. Another thing is if the boss is related with the owner or someone senior, then he's untouchable. And I have had clients whom have I gave the example in my group. I placed her in a very high position in a very high government sector in Dubai. She got, I think, nearly 3 or 4 times her previous salary. And I was guiding her to really get to the next level. But her immediate boss was a Sudanese Muslim who had been in the company for donkey's years since they opened up the branch. So she was like an old school OG, like one of the most oldest employees. And because they both were females, she was Arab Muslim. This one was Hindu Indian. She couldn't tolerate the fact she looked down on Indians. She was deeply racist, and everyone knew that she was very unfair to her, very unprofessional, using bad words. And everyone knew that she was making life hell for her. And even though my client managed to get the evidence against her, presented it to the management, and proved it that this person was toxic, in the end, after they suspended both, they sided with that lady and told my client, I'm sorry, but we given a choice. We prefer her. You're the newbie. Bye bye. She was left in a limbo, but fortunately, because we worked together for a long time and we continued, after 6 months, she got a job again, but this time she made sure it was not a government company. So, if a boss is unbearable, if they are unprofessional, if they are racist, if they are a piece of shit, or if they are just someone you don't get along, there's nothing you can do. You cannot change them. Like, for example, do you think it's possible to change me? No. Do you think it's possible for someone to change you? No. After a certain phase of our lives, we cannot be changed. So if your boss doesn't like you, just forget it. Don't think of trying to change. Deliver with your performance. Do your job, because you're there not to make friends. Do your job. Go the extra mile to perform. But if you still feel, after all this, after keeping quiet, minding your own business, doing everything the boss wants, going out of the way to keep the boss happy, still it's not working, always safe to get it's the best thing is to apply for another job. One final thing I'll give you. This has actually happened, where this female was the girl I was dating, and she had a boss who was just too bloody making life miserable for her. I every day was to figure out, because the job was paying a very big salary. So every day I would tell her, pass by his office and just say hello to him, be nice to him, talk to him politely, ask him anything else can I do, nurture his ego. We tried everything, nothing was working. Finally, it seems one day she saw him having on his desk a photograph of his family and a dog. And best part was she also had a dog. So she brought up the conversation of having a dog. And lo and behold, for the first time, he actually opened up, turned out to be very friendly. And then, surprise of surprises, it seems that he was going for a holiday, and then he actually asked her to take care of his dog, and which led to blooming of a new friendship, so to speak. And I knew this because I was also visiting a house always. So she started to take care of his dog for, I think, the period of 2 weeks or something that he was not there. Took care very well, and then the dog went back, and ever since they were not the best of friends. But he changed his attitude. He became very nice to her, very polite, very professional. One final example that I'll give you. This is also a senior client of mine. She joined this company, very good, big multinational. But the guy she was reporting to was one of the most feared. Nobody could survive with this guy. Everybody who worked under him either resigned, or they requested for a transfer, or he would make life miserable for them. So when she joined, he was trying. He's an old school guy, very old guy, nearly in his 60s. But because he knew the highest management, he was there. So he called her in, and once again, he tried the same techniques of bullying her and all that. And this client of mine, being a female, because she worked in many companies abroad, she was not intimidated with him. She worked with some of the toughest bosses. So she told point blank, right up to his face, I know that I know that you demand very high standards. I know that not many people have been able to survive. I'm determined to make sure that I will do my best for you, but I will not get intimidated by you. And because he was trying a lot of techniques, making her wait after office hours, calling her up when she was at home. And she told him point blank, I don't accept all this. You calling me at home during after office hours, or you asking me to stay beyond office hours. During the working hours, you ask me anything, I'll get it done. I want you to know that I'm here to give you my best. And that's about it. She refused to get intimidated by him. And to the biggest surprise of everyone, he changed his. He didn't change completely. He changed the way he was dealing with her. I'm giving you examples of times it did work. But remember, these two individuals were very mature. They're very, very mature. They were women who were working in the Middle East, Indian passport holders. And they had the level of maturity because they worked in big companies. Obviously, if you are 18 or 20 or young and you don't have any leadership experience, it's not easy. But I can definitely tell you, if you are likable and you know how to handle human emotions and make people like you and make people who are senior, if you can nurture their ego and make them feel that you are like a puppy dog under them, uh, you know, their egos, if they know that you're not there to bruise their ego, just nurture it. It'll be fine. But like I said, there's no one single protocol or one single solution for everyone. It's different for different people. So I hope this gave you a little bit of value and insight. I didn't want to wait too long to make this video. Maybe I'll share with you another video and give you some more examples. If you found this helpful, please comment down below. Let me know what your questions are. And if I can answer, I'll definitely make another video and I will answer your questions. So I'll look forward to your input, your questions, your feedback. And then I'll make another video. We'll give you some more examples, real life, on how you can tackle a toxic colleague or a toxic boss. All right. Good, bad, ugly. Feel free. Comment down below. This is me signing off. Yeah.